One, two, one, two, one, two, one, two. Bare Truth is in the building. What's going down? How y'all feeling, man? I wonder if anybody remember this. I got like so many jams, man. Like my old school playlist.
Totally.
As usual, turn up for Christ or burn up for life. Y'all don't know nothing about this one right here. This is that throwback for real, for real, for real. Hey, what's going down? Check him out.
We were in love and now you tell me that
You wanna turn and walk away. Bare Truth, Thursday. Band-Aids. What you using to cover up your insecurities? Then throw it all away.
Promise to love me, never to leave me, forever and
Anybody know who this is? Sometimes I feel that I'm. Let me get this up here real quick before they start meddling with people. I do not own the rights to this music. What's going down, man? Let me get my chats up here too. Check my platforms. I gotta be right back. I left one phone.
Don't you ever go away. I'm so lost without you, baby. Baby, don't leave me. You're all that I want. You're all that I want. You're all that I need. Hey, I just can't live without you. Baby, don't leave me. Don't
Yeah.
leave me. All that I want. You're all that I want.
Okay, Trey Dog, I see you. Haircut.
I just can't live without you. Don't leave me. Don't leave me.
You know
I need you in my life like the
that right there is
flower
intro.
needs the rain.
Do anybody remember
I want you by
Heavy
my
D's
side
DJ Eddie F
to
was
keep
producing
my
some
heart from
groups,
pain.
and he was responsible for them boys.
No need for promises. No need for
Their name was Intro. They had redid that Stevie Wonder, Ribbon in the Sky, Come Inside. But this one right here, man, Don't Leave Me, Intro. You might know it, you might not know it, but I don't know. I was just throwing some throwback music on. Uh, Not today, but tomorrow. My youngest will be 21. You will finally be grown. Man, and that is a blessing. Um, but yeah, what's going down with everybody? Let me get my platforms on. I'm kind of glad that TikTok came back. Okay, so they already posting for Wizzy birthday. But yeah, I'm glad that TikTok came back because I had just got over there. You dig what I'm saying? How you gonna shut down when I just made it over there? Some people were saying that they were seeing the podcast over there. So yeah, don't shut it down just yet. You know what I mean? Let me use the other phone. Let me see if it's anybody that I know over here for birthdays. If it's your birthday, happy birthday. Shout out to my little niece Teranique. Her birthday was like last Saturday, and so that was pretty dope. That she uh she had some little birthdays and stuff like that jumping off, and but however it goes down, I don't see anybody that I know. But okay, so yeah, um, what was I gonna say? There's a lot of deaths that's been going on in the Quad Cities, man. And so I just wanted to shout out. And then when I finally figured out that Renee passed, this is who they was talking about. Like that was my dog. Like man, like back in the days, man, at the house parties, man, it used to be so dope, man. Like, and she was a scrapper. But they said that Ben Crump and them is gonna pick up Jakarta's case, man. So that should be exciting. You know what I mean? That they pick up his case and bring some awareness to the Quad Cities of like what's going on, man. Because it's like no matter where you at, the police brutality is real and it's wrong. You know, that little stuff that happened, man, it's like we got to do a better job, man. And I'm not a part of the police, but I'm saying, man, listen, if you see a person ain't a threat and they don't have a gun, you ain't got to shoot these people, man. Stop doing that, man. That ain't cool. You know, it's a whole lot that I wanted to talk about. I did not get my commercial up here. Let me see if I got the other one up here just to remind you. Nope, I took it down. So listen, go on my page and check out the application for Pop the Balloon or Find Love. We're gonna do the Quad Cities editions. Small towns need love too. Shout out to Lindsay, that's out in Dixon, Illinois. She's willing to do some promotion. She even talking about she want to be on the show. So big up to Lindsay out there, and then shout out to my peoples in Rockford, Missy. We surely definitely appreciate you for doing it. I gotta holler at you too, Yolanda. But Missy, she does like a lot of groundwork. She got some big things coming up. The radio station, she's supposed to be doing her streaming, her own radio station coming up in March. She be doing like a lot of podcasts. I forget the Beat the Block conversations with these guys. Check out Instagram or just check out Missy's page. If you look on my page, she's my friend, or I post it again though too. Just stay in tune to what she's doing, because she's really hip hop and she really does a lot for the streets. And so as soon as I told her about Pop the Balloon, she was kind of excited and she was like, yeah, I could do some groundwork for it. So it's like anybody from Rockford to Dixon to like Peoria, we're gonna even go Iowa City to Cedar Rapids. If you somewhere around the Quad Cities where it's only gonna take you about an hour to get down here, go online, man, and fill out that application. Pop the Balloon or Find Love and shoot down to the Quad Cities and jump on the show. It's gonna be dope. They put me on deck as the DJ, so I can't wait. It's gonna be exciting. And listen, go and check out Pop the Balloon or Find Love Indianapolis. I want to say episode number 27, the one that they just did about 2 weeks ago. It's super hilarious, and I'm gonna make mention to one of the guys in there when I get to doing the podcast of some behaviors. And so today, you know how I did the thing. I was just like band-aids. What's covering up your insecurities? And to be honest, everybody got some type of insecurity. You know what I mean? Whether you want to tell somebody or not, something that, you're not comfortable with. It's a flaw and it's yours. You dig what I'm saying? And so we're going to just talk about a few little things, because men got them, women got them. Sometimes they can be dangerous. If you let them go unchecked, if you got an insecurity that's unchecked, it could be really dangerous. Who that? What's up, little cousin? Um, I will be your way, cuz Monday. Let me put my chest back on there, Lil Willie. Let's do lunch or something, man. I gotta come to your way to see a doctor Monday, the 27th, man. So I'll be down there. I gotta do another final exam, and I'm gonna come that way. So we gotta get up so we can grab something to eat or something. You know what I mean? And yeah, he back down in Burlington. So yeah, cuz I'm gonna see you on Monday for sure, and come through and check out Auntie Mary for real, for real, for real. But when we start talking about insecurities, everybody got to insecure about something. I think it's dangerous when people do the projection, when they start taking their insecurities and then they try to place them on you. You know what I mean? So let's check out this video, and then we're just gonna talk about like different ways that people project them on other people, and then let's run down a list of like some things that's insecure about women, some things that's insecure about men, and if you're putting a band-aid on it instead of like bringing it to the table, and you know what I mean, nobody could tell you what to do with yourself. You dig what I'm saying? But if it's something that's going on in your life and you need help, you need to get you some help. You dig what I'm saying? And we talking about this is different than healing, past traumas and all types of stuff, bad relationships, somebody abused you, yeah, they could have made you feel insecure and you have to heal. But sometimes these are things that you just got going on in yourself. And some of them is super duper petty. You dig what I'm saying? So let's check out this video real quick. I'm gonna show you this one, and then we're gonna get it cracking. Insecurities. All right, check this one out.
I think insecure people are some of the most dangerous people you can let into your life. I'm not talking about insecure people who understand that they have insecurities. I'm talking about people who have insecurities clearly visible to everybody else, but they're unwilling to acknowledge that they have insecurities. And what they do is subconsciously utilize you or other people to mask those insecurities. If they feel bad about themselves, they have to then in turn make you feel bad to make themselves feel better, because they will never actually directly work on the internal problem. They'll always mask it by other measures. And God forbid you're one of those measures, because these types of people can walk into your life. They can destroy your life completely. And they will walk out and blame you for every single problem that you guys ever had. They will blame you for problems that you never even had before them. People with that type of insecurity level often form and turn into narcissistic type of people. They never take responsibility for their behavior. They will never apologize. And because they're so insecure about themselves, they are more likely to do you wrong because they think you're doing them wrong, because they don't feel confident enough in themselves that somebody actually would care about them genuinely. So they are some of the most dangerous people you could ever let into your life. And I had to learn that shit the hard way.
My man said, and I had to learn that shit the hard way. Like, and I understand what he's saying. You know what I mean? The way that they call it, it's sort of like repression. And what it does is it's just like when people is projecting like they bad behaviors on you. You got something that's going on with yourself. And so instead of you working on you, you try to make it look like it's everybody else. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you the one with the problem, or you got that. The number one was repression. They don't have a talent or a trait that you got, maybe like a skill or something. So they always got something negative to say about it. Like, man, you know what I mean? Say for instance, niggas is still in their 40s and their 50s and they still trying to rap. And it's just like right now is a good time for rap, for like hip hop. You see Snoop and Dre just dropped, Redman just dropped, the Wu Tang just dropped, Nas dropped. You know what I mean? These cats is in their 50s and they still making good music. So why is it that hip hop has to be the only music where it's supposed to be like for young people, and that if you older and stuff like that, that you can't rap? And so instead of you just being mad because you ain't got no talents, you just you work a little 9 to 5 job. You dig what I'm saying? You clean hotel rooms or you wipe booties and stuff at the nursing home. Everybody else that's striving for their goals and stuff, oh man, they too grown to be doing that. They need to sit their ass down. It's not like, no, you need to sit down and you need to stop being negative and you need to find you a life. You know what I mean? And if nothing else, get you some hobbies or something. Stop doing that to people. Another thing that people do is they always play the blame game. You know what I mean? You ever chopping it up with somebody, or you just meet somebody and you always the problem. They You can't do nothing right. Every time you turn around, oh, I don't like this about you. I don't like you said this and that, or how come you can't be like this and that? And it's just like, fam, why don't you, you know what I mean? Why don't you work on you? You know what I mean? Instead of pointing your finger at other people, trying to see the bad in them, sometimes why don't you say something cool? That's how you counter it. If you feel like there's something bad that's going on in somebody, if you really don't want to be a hater, how you kill haterism is even when you don't want to, say something nice. How about that? How about giving somebody a compliment one time? You know what I mean? Instead of pointing out something negative, why don't you point out something that you like? Because most of the times, this really ain't this person. That's you putting a band aid on your insecurities, trying to make somebody, you know what I mean, not look at you. You blame other people because this ain't you. You don't like other people that's got talent because you ain't got none, or you just ain't tapped into your talent. You know what I mean? I feel like everybody that's on this earth, and if God wake you up every day, I feel like you got something. You might not have figured it out yet, but you got something, and you basically got to tap into yourself, and that's up to you. You know what I mean? Because everybody can't do that, but they always accusing somebody because they don't want to face their messed up ways or their attitude. And that could be hard. Or you get people that overreact on everything about little bitty small things. Something be small and then they'll overreact and they'll blow the situation out of proportion. Got to be right about the situation, or you'll turn a anthill into a mound. You dig what I'm saying? and it's something that's so minute or small time under a microscope, but by the time you get done talking about it, you'll be looking like, man, we finna go to war or something. Like, man, this shit was so small and minute, and here you is, you done made a big deal out of it. And these are just some of the things, like when people do projections, you know what I mean? Watch out for that. Like the company that you keep, it's a brand new year, man. It's 2025. We ain't getting no younger, we getting older. So any and everybody that that I bring into my life, that I keep in my life, if I value you as a friend, and I think our friendship is really worth something, man, I'm definitely gonna pour into you. I'm gonna try to make you better, but you got to try to make me better. And if we can't, then go your way. You ain't got to try to down me to go your way. You can just go on your way. Be like, man, listen, we ain't for each other. You dig what I'm saying? Because you are not for everybody. Everybody got to recognize that and stop trying to be cool or persuade people that you the best. It's like, listen, after a while, if you don't like me, cool. do, do your thing. You dig what I'm saying? I am not forcing nobody to be in my life. One thing about having a relationship with God, and this is the honest to God truth. If God is in your life and you have a relationship with Him and you read that word, when you figure out how much He loved you, everything else is small time. You know what I mean? So it's just like, yeah, you might run into some beautiful people. You might run into somebody, and you might even feel like, man, you the one. Like, I really want you. Like, man, you would compliment my life. And then it turned out that it don't even be like that. And then it'd be like, damn, so you be trying to force something, thinking that it's supposed to be like this or it's supposed to be like that. And it ain't like that. Everybody is not for everybody. So what it is, okay, if you're not for me, God bless you. Keep doing your thing. I'm wishing you well anyway. I still want to see you happy, whether it's with me or not. And so sometimes we have to think about that in a bigger light, because people will always mask their insecurities. Come around and they'll be smiling in your face. Y'all be kicking it years. You dig what I'm saying? You thinking this is your best friend all along. They don't never want to see you win. Um, Here's another one. Overcompensating, always bragging on what they doing. You ever been around somebody that's like that? All the time they got to talk about, wow, we finna do this. Oh man, I'm finna do this. I'm finna clown. Trying to force people to believe that they great. It's like, if you great, you ain't got to keep talking about it. You don't need no many autumn pats on the back. You looking for appreciation. You looking for validation when you walking around. What I mean, steadily bigging up yourself. It's like, listen, your work, your actions should speak for themselves. You know, if you really about that, be about that. Now, on the flip side of that, I can see if you're trying to pull people in to help you on a mission that you see that's got talent, that's doing things like that. You might invite them in your endeavors, but you notice, man, there is some very arrogant people. You know, and when we get into some of the things with like women and some of the things with men, I'll show you the balance of some ways that they being insecure and they using like simple band-aids. You got some people that's judgmental, you know. They always negative or getting down on somebody else. They always got something bad to say about somebody else. Oh man, they ain't shit, man. They be doing this and that. She can't never pay her bill. She always out trying to do this and that. She need to be at home taking care of her kids. And it's like, listen, you know what I mean? Hey, let people live their life. If it don't affect you and your bills, like, listen, it don't make me no none. Now I will tell you this. You do see some shit, and sometimes it's garbage. And it's just like, and we all do it. So when it comes to being judgmental in that sense, and nobody can say that they never did that. Looked at what somebody else is doing and was just like, man, come on, you on some bullshit for that. But when a person is constantly judgmental, like all the time, you ain't never got nothing good to say. You always talking about somebody else's life. It's like, man, that's depressing, bro. For real, for real. Like, don't get on the phone with me or be talking to me, and then you constantly talking about other people. When you start doing that, man, that'd be so negative. I'd be like, man, I was feeling good until I came over here. Came over here now, and I just feel like, like shit. But they do that, and a lot of times when people do that, they avoiding their own flaws. It's so good to shine a spotlight on people um, that you don't know or run them down. Matter of fact, like I seen the Alderman Tim Kelly. Shout out to the Alderman Tim Kelly, man. Big ups to him. Um, Seen him last night at I want to say the Dollar Tree or something like that. And we just stopped him and was having conversations with him, trying to catch up with him. You know, he hired me to DJ and stuff for him over the summertime, right? And the man just pays for everybody's stuff in line while we chopping it up. Hey, bring his stuff up too and her stuff up. So I guess by him holding up the line, he just felt like he would pay for people's stuff. But at the end of the day, I'm not bigging him up because he paid for our stuff. It's just when you see him, his conversation is seasoned. You know what I mean? There's always something that's going on, and he's looking for a way that he might be able to pull you in. You know what I mean? And he's always willing to listen. You know what I mean? If it's one person that's gonna go to war, I mean, he will do some stuff. And I mean, I don't know him personally and deep like everybody else do, but from what I know, shout out to Alderman Tim Kelly, man. Keep doing your thing, and hopefully we might be able to make something happen on what we was talking about. But back to what I was trying to get to, he had hired me to do something. And I guess this guy who I don't know, that I never really met or ever really sat down and had a conversation with, he didn't like me. And so he didn't want me to DJ at the event. Never had a conversation with me, never, you know what I mean? Nothing. But then all of a sudden he was just like spitting venom and didn't even know my situation, didn't know nothing. And it was just like, I couldn't understand it for nothing in the world. Like, fam, like, why are you hating on me when I don't even know you? When in actuality, the event, that little thing that we did, sort of like a mixer, we did it at JB Young parking lot, and we had all the like the little businesses around come and set up tables and stuff. It turned out to be a success. You should have came. You know what I'm saying? So by you hating sometimes on other people and what they doing, if God got their hands on them, you're not finna stop them. So stop being judgmental, man. That ain't gonna get you nowhere. And I'm just keeping it 100. That ain't finna get you nowhere. Um, Another band-aid that people like to use when they insecure is they will not say I'm sorry. Have you ever met somebody that's like, hold on, let me get my chats back up here because somebody might be saying something. Oh, y'all all over the place. I'm sorry. Hold on. What's up, Yolanda? You said speak, Melissa. What's going down, Melissa? Yeah, I'm going through that with men right now. Right now. Hey, Auntie, what's going down? Okay, I just had to get y'all chats. I didn't have y'all chats up there. Yolanda, I need to talk to you about that. Pop the balloon or find love too. I might be in Rockford this weekend. I'll probably come up that way, trying to find me something to wear to the fight. You know, y'all got Snipes up there. As little as that town is, that mall got some pretty dope stuff in it. Macy's and Snipes, they be having some dope shoes and they be having some deals up there. So I'll let you know if I do decide to pull up. But I'm thinking about Saturday, like once I shut the barbershop down, pulling up to Rockford. So shout out to Yolanda too. But people that will not apologize, that's a band-aid. That's a big band-aid of no accountability. You know, they always have to be right, you know, because they don't commit mistakes. And it's just like everybody make mistakes, man. You dig what I'm saying? And if you make a mistake, if you too big where you can't say I'm sorry to somebody, come on, man, you live in a lie. You know what I mean? Because we all mess up. The thing with me too, on the flip side of that, is to be able to say I'm sorry and hold yourself accountable, but at the same time make the necessary change. You know what I mean? You know, when you F up and you do something that ain't right, turn around and make it right. You know what I mean? Correct the behavior, because sometimes people will get in the habit of saying I'm sorry and they not really meaning that they sorry. Really, they just basically trying to play the role. So it could be two sides to this coin right here. But I know you know people who feel like they don't make no mistakes. Um, their ego is fragile. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of times when you're dealing with people like this, they've held themselves up to a high pedestal, or other people might have held themselves up to a pedestal. Like, you'll get this from old guys who was in high school that used to play sports that was really popular back in the days. You dig what I'm saying? And now you older and you still want to live off that steam. And so anytime you make a mistake or something like that, you don't want to be wrong because your ego is so fragile because you didn't make it over here or you didn't make it over there. And at one point in time in my life, that was really like me. I can't never say that I was not the type that wouldn't say I was sorry, but I was feeling myself a lot. You know what I mean? And really, I was in a dark space. And maybe I'll tell you a little bit about it after I get done doing this. Um, really opinionated people, um, but they can't take constructive criticism. Have you ever seen somebody like that that's always got an opinion on somebody else? Like, man, them shoes don't go with that outfit. Like, I wonder why they wore that. Oh man, they this and that. But soon as you say something to them about what they doing or they ain't doing right, then they'll stop talking to you. They get an attitude. You dig what I'm saying? I got a friend like that. Right now, me and her, we don't talk. You dig what I'm saying? Because she's so opinionated on what she like to say about other people. But I gave her something that didn't even have nothing to do with her, and she's still shitty at me. And I'm talking about she like my sister. I love her to death. But we going through our little phase of talking because she's so opinionated that she just don't, you know what I mean? And she know it was wrong, and it was like it wasn't right. Never want anyone else to challenge them. You know what I mean? That's a band-aid. If you know if a person is doing that and they can't stand constructive criticism, or I feel like this. One of the things that I was mad about too is that when I went and did my little time in a joint, I had a lot of people that was around me and a lot of people that was eating off my plate per se, saying that okay, if I'm out here getting this money, I want to see you getting money. And if I go anywhere and eat, if we hit a strip club, you get lap dances. If I go anywhere to a restaurant and you ain't got it, you get it. Everybody eats, B. And that's the type of person that I always was. But don't if we supposed to be friends and you supposed to be my man, sometimes you can see things that I can't see. And just because people be having money, man, you won't go and say nothing to that person and you'll let that person fall and then everybody sit back, oh, that man did this, I heard that. Well, you know what I mean? When you seen that shit, if you was really that person friend, you need to speak up. See, some people don't be doing that, probably because some people can't handle it. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna say everybody can't, but some people don't like to take constructive criticism. You said I know a person or two like that. Ain't that the truth? But they can't take it. But if we supposed to be cool, we supposed to be able to come to each other and be like, hey man, that was some BS, bro. That ain't us, man. That ain't how we rock. That ain't how we get down, man. Hey, you need some help, my dude? Listen, man, slow down, man. Go get you some help, man, because last night was out of character. Anything. If you really love your guys, if you really love your girl, you're supposed to be able to talk to them like that. And if you really a friend, if you really call this person your friend, then you're supposed to be able to accept that constructive criticism and say, hey, coming from you, I'm gonna take that. You know what I mean? And I gotta take it, to the heart because I know you love me and I know you want to see the best from me. You know what I mean? And it ain't just coming from nobody that's just on the outside that's just hating on you. It's coming from somebody that's close to you. You know what I mean? I love your kids. You love my kids. I love your mama. Your mama love me. You dig what I'm saying? When y'all's friendships and stuff like that is deep like that, and it's damn near like we play cousins or something, or like we brothers from another mother, you're supposed to be able to holler at me. You know what I mean? And I invite you to. If you really my guys, I gotta say these days, I do so much of the loner thing, and it's not healthy. I'm not gonna brag on that, but I do it. Okay. Um, expect people to meet their high expectations. Do you know anybody that's like that? That's got that band-aid over their insecurity where everybody's supposed to read your mind. We supposed to know exactly what you want. You know what I'm saying? This is like, fam, if you don't speak up or you got this high expectations of how people supposed to treat you or how you want to do things, listen, man, you better let somebody know because expecting people to meet your needs is senseless. You dig what I'm saying? Especially like when you friends, I don't come into nothing thinking like this, like you're responsible for my happiness. No, you're not. I'm responsible for my happiness. And then when people show you who they are, trust who they are. Like if you're a liar, I trust that you're gonna lie. If you're a thief, I trust that you're gonna steal. You dig what I'm saying? You know, if a person is a real good friend, you dig what I'm saying? I expect you to move accordingly. Like I said, I give you the right to check me when I'm off my square. You know what I mean? Because when I was out here and I was doing a lot of drinking, like when we just mellow drinking, just beer, like Bear, one of the coolest niggas on the block. You know what I mean? But then we started getting that monkey oil in us, drinking all hard, and sometimes you don't eat. Alcoholism running my family, man. And so I would go through my stages of blackouts. Then the next day I would have to apologize to people, and you be off your square. You know what I mean? And so people be saying like, okay, why don't you drink today? Because I made bad decisions when I drink. You know what I mean? And it's been almost 20 years that I haven't had a drink, and I'm grateful. It's been 18 years I haven't had no liquor in my system, and it's like, man, I don't want that in my. You know what I mean? I'm cool without the liquor. You dig what I'm saying? I'm still cool. I'm still laughing. I'm still, you know what I mean, gonna be bare. It's just that me and liquor don't mix. You know what I mean? And me and my old man, we talked about it, and he don't drink. He had his bad times when he was drinking. My little brother done suffered with it. We got on my father's side of the family, our family has suffered from alcoholism. It has killed some people in our family, cirrhosis of the liver. And so, no, I don't drink. And if we ever in a relationship, you calling me your dude, if you see me pick up that bottle, get out of there. If I ain't willing to go get no help and put it down, if you ever see me pick up that bottle, get out of there. If you ever see me not praying, get out of there. Real talk. But in general, those is just some of the band-aids and stuff like that people do. I'm gonna show y'all this other video, and then let's walk through some things that ladies do, that's insecure. Autumn says, I know a few people like that, and it's terrible to try to hold on to the smallest conversation possible. What you say, Yolanda? I don't deal with them at all. Fuck them. I'm trying to stop cussing this year, Yolanda. If you type it in there, I'm gonna say it because that's what you told me to say. But Autumn says, I know a few people like that, and it's terrible. I tried to hold the smallest conversation possible. And sometimes it has to be like that, Autumn. You dig what I'm saying? Like, if the conversation ain't going to be meaningful, if it ain't going to go nowhere, all right, we're going to keep it to a very slight minimum. We're going to say a few words, and you can still be cool in that. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, everything been good? Okay, good to see you. God bless you. Pew, and I'm out the way. You dig what I'm saying? You said, okay, I'll stop. Well, I'm just trying to stop cussing. I don't know if you're trying to stop. I'm trying to. You know what I mean? Especially when you know what I mean? You're supposed to be cleaning yourself up. I mean, and it's like, um, I did it before. I stopped the cussing, and then I came home, and then I ain't gonna put the blame on nobody. It's me. Um, you get to telling stories or talking, and you get around people, and sometimes you put the cuss words on some stuff, and then out here, some things are just cuss worthy. You know what I mean? Some people is cuss worthy. It's just like sometimes you just like, man, listen, motherfuck you, sum up. You dig what I'm saying? You be ready to give them everyone that's in the book. You punk ass, sum them up. And just let them have it. You whore, you slut, you ain't shit, you ain't come from shit, and you ain't gonna, no, I'm just playing. But I'm just saying, you get what I'm saying. So what I'm trying to do, man, is just like, I want to clean it up. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with it. It ain't gonna do nothing but make me better. Cause sometimes I get to reading the Bible, man, and I ain't gonna even front. The word is real. And then you start reading James, and it says, you know, two conversations can't come from the same well. You can't speak fresh water and then speak bitter. It says, with one mouth we praise God, and then with that same tongue we turn around and curse the person that's created in His image. And when I said that, when I read it, it was just like, man, have I got right back into the cuss words and like, you know what I mean? And it's like I had that down to a science to where I ain't got to cuss to talk. You know what I mean? I know I got a pretty extensive vocabulary where I ain't got to use that. You said such a potty mouth. You talking about me or you? I know I did. You dig what I'm saying? But I'm just saying I do. So, as my friend, I would appreciate it if you would help me not cuss and don't type cuss words in there. I'm just playing. Do what you want to do because I know it's out of love, though. At the end of the day, you don't mean me no harm. So, I know for a fact that shit, we on good terms. You dig what I'm saying? What's up, Brazo? How you feeling, my dude? I meant that what I said too, bro. You know what I mean? I appreciate you for pulling up on the platform when you did. And I know that we ain't never hung out like face to face or kicked it or nothing like that, man. But you got my word. If you ever need me, slide on me, man. Come through. I'm down here in the basement by myself a whole lot. If I'm not cutting hair, I'm down here making music or, doing podcasts or doing speeches or something like that, man. We can sit down here and have an intellectual conversation, my dude. Straight up. Like I said, I don't drink, I don't smoke. So other than that, I mean, a lot of people don't rock with me because they think that's lame, I guess. Okay, I'm gonna show y'all this other video real quick, ladies. Mm-mm-mm. And some of these is really like on men too. I should have did the men first, but ladies, I'm going with y'all. Hold on.
Coming into relationships trying to make a man secure your insecurities. That's for you to handle, not him. Woo! Some of y'all women gonna get mad at me today, so if you can't take constructive criticism, baby, keep on scrolling. Many of you women are not really what you think you're cracked up to be. Like, some of y'all are really not great people to be in relationships with. Y'all know I work with couples every single day, and I'm gonna go ahead and make a list of everything that I have to work through. First things first, quit coming into relationships trying to make a man secure your insecurities. That's your job. If you lack confidence, if you have low self-esteem, if there's still trauma that you're operating in, if you're self-critical, if you're judgmental when it comes to yourself, if you blame yourself, if you're still operating in guilt and trauma and everything else, baby, that's for you to handle, not him.
Insecure girls that just feel so bad about themselves that they feel the need to have to then go and attack other people to make themselves feel better. That's so crazy, and I'm so sorry for you. And again, I'll repeat, I feel bad for you. Your insecurities have nothing to do with me, babe. So if you want to fight me because of how bad you feel about yourself, maybe you should fight yourself. Fight your own demons, because I'm not one of them.
Grow up. And so I think some of the some of them we kind of went across of what she was talking about in there. What's the name says I love Kitty, and Autumn says I listen to her a lot. Kitty dope. She's be with tonight's conversation. She's usually on that panel with them and stuff like that. And so I always feed off of them. I get a lot, you know what I mean, information from them. And some of the stuff is really just recycled because we feel it, we know what's going on. So it's really just about, you know what I mean, touching other people, saying, you know what I mean, like, hey, do you feel what we saying on this level? And ladies, she is really right. Um, and the reason why I wanted to start with y'all first though is because the way that you were created, you know what I mean, which was a beautiful thing, but the enemy can use that against you. So if the woman was created to be an emotional being and she's a nurturer, so she loves hard. So, her emotions is on her sleeve. So, men, we deal in logic, you know what I mean? You got to make it make sense in us. Sometimes it don't even got to make sense to women, but if it feel a certain way to her, listen to her, shut up and let her go. Now, with that said, a lot of times you'll bring that to a situation and now you got these insecurities that um people don't know about, but then it's hard to kind of like put the handle on it. One of the things that they got on the top of the list of a woman's insecurity, and I'm gonna tell you this, I gotta agree with it because social media, will stress this to a point, and it's got everybody feeling like they gotta have this certain style of body to the point where women is running out here to Florida. They running in these different places, to different islands and stuff, and they getting BBLs. Everybody is pumping up their butt. They pumping up their chest. So if you talk to the majority of the women, some of them is upset with the way that they look. You know what I mean? They always talking about, well, I need to lose a few pounds, or my butt is flat, or I got stretch marks. And then on the flip side of that, you got women who, whenever you look at social media, every time you look at their stories, they turning around trying to show you their butt. They always, that's all you got, little mama. Every every single pic, that's all you got. Bending over, shaking, throwing your little booty around and stuff like that, showing how it jiggle. Is that it? Is that what you got to offer? Listen, I'm not trying to get down on you, but that shows a line of insecurity because anytime you have to lead with a body part to show a person that you sexy like that, you skip over the main thing. The main thing is the mind. You dig what I'm saying? Because first of all, you got a lot of y'all now talking about how you love a person with an intellectual conversation. If he can't stimulate my mental or my spiritual being, then I ain't attracted to him. Well, if that's the case, then put on some motherfucking clothes and stop playing all the time. You know what I mean? Dress up. Now, as a man, you can't say you don't like it, but I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I'm not a fan of just scrolling and just looking at that. Like that's the shit that turned me on. I like little funny skits and I like knowledgeable skits. I like old school singing stuff that brings back the past, like little music that was good. I love kids when they doing something positive, or I love somebody that's saying something dope, or if it's funny. Y'all just on there shaking your ass or just trying to show somebody, your tight, you know, shorts, pants, or your booty, you ain't doing nothing. You probably got a low self-esteem problem. You dig what I'm saying? You probably insecure right in here in the heart, or you probably insecure in the mind. I'm not gonna say you are, but I'm saying most of the time when a woman lead like that, that's what it is. Yes, she is. They be on point. You said we will never be satisfied because if you fix this, then you're going to want to fix something else. Okay, so let's put that there. Okay, Yolanda said we will never be satisfied because if you fix this, then you're gonna want to fix something else, and it's right because it's almost like the tattoo effect, Yolanda. It's like okay, when you get one, next thing you know, you'll just start covering your shit up if you ain't careful. You'll just start, you know what I mean? You'll start tattooing everything. You know what I'm saying? Because it looked dope, and then next thing you know, you got to wear the clothes to bring out the tattoo. Now, when the summertime come, you know, you got to get to working out so you could put on, you know, a wife beater or, you know, a swimsuit so you can show the tattoos off, you know. And so, but to me, I would say that it would have to be eternal. Um, that the body cannot be a band-aid if mentally you ain't got it together up here or if your heart and your attitude is trash because I'm gonna tell you something and I'm not gonna put this on everybody but like a lot of y'all ladies that's got body and you think like you really dope and you really think you cute, your attitude sucks. Your attitude is shit. I'm gonna tell you that now. You dig what I'm saying? Because your nose is up in the air and you think because you got it like that somebody finna spend money on you or they finna spoil you or you do this and that. Okay, now when life slow down and everybody start progressing in age, now all of a sudden you got to keep sticking these needles in you, Botox in your cheeks just to keep your skin and stuff tight, or them things in your chest they mess around and they bust because you're trying to keep them up. You still gonna get older. Now what you gonna be left with though? Or you got somebody that you can grow old with, or did your little funky ass attitude block all the good people that was in your life? Now you laying around and you tired and you beat up and you worn out. I'm just playing. So true. I did it and I hate them all now. Wish I would have never got tats. Sometimes I feel like that, Yolanda. I feel like, you know, I wish I wouldn't have got tattoos. Then sometimes I be looking like, man, I'm finna have my man Khan tattoo my back. But if you do get tattoos, holler at my man Contact at Equimini, Khan Jones, one of the coldest in the Quad Cities. If you're going to get any tattoos done in the Quad Cities, Equimini Inc. right there on Washington and Locust. Holler at my man Contact. And he got some dogs that's in there doing work too. I don't know him by name, but I know Khan. That's my bro. And so I gotta shout him out. That competition band-aid, sweethearts, always in competition, like complaining about themselves to others, you know. um she ain't got this or she ain't got that. You dig what I'm saying? You always trying to compare yourself to somebody else. And oh man, that bitch weave look nasty and this and that. And oh man, when I get my shit done, I'm finna kill these bitches. Like, man, stop. This is not a competition when you go outside. You dig what I'm saying? When we go out to like clubs and stuff like that, women they, they be on that. You dig what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna say all women, men do that though too. Okay, let's put that up there because I think that's dope. Yolanda said, but these men create these monsters. They attracted to those type of women. But I'm gonna say this though. Um, it's crazy though, Yolanda, because it's like this, sweetheart. Um, maybe I should use the one dude. Okay, everybody watch Pop the Balloon, Indianapolis edition, episode 27. It was it's the latest edition that they just did about 2 weeks ago, and you're gonna see all of these guys lined up, right? And there was some beautiful ladies that was coming through. So when the ladies come through, they the guys is blindfolded. You know, they say their name, they say their age, and then boom, um, the guys pop based on their voice. Then when they take off the mask, then they can pop off a visual. So it was this one dude that was there. Now he's the typical guy that the girls is liking today. You dig what I'm saying? He was tall, he was dark skinned, and he had dreads. Fresh little coat. He's a little entertainer. He was a rapper. Let me speed this up real quick just for the purpose of this. But here's the thing, Yolanda, just right here. You said men do it too. But so he talking now, it seemed like maybe three to like four girls made it all the way to the end with him. Now him sitting up there, you know what I mean, asking questions, got all the good questions, making it seem like he down to earth and oh, we're gonna get this and that. And then as soon as they get to the end, then he'll question Shorty and he'll say, but why did you choose those boots? And she was just like, because I knew we was gonna be standing, so I wanted to be comfortable. But he gonna be like, well, don't you think if you was coming out to date, you know what I mean, you should have wore some better boots. So he popped the balloon on her on the last minute. So now, why did you put this lady on blast You dig what I'm saying? Get up to the front and make it seem like you ready to find love, but then you want to put her on blast because of her boots. Then the second woman come up, he do her just like that. And then the third woman comes up. She's nice. She had a nice, like, little body. And so they picking and choosing, but they always save the tall guy with the dreads for last because this is who their ideal guy is that they wanted to date. You dig what I'm saying? And so why am I saying this? It's because a lot of y'all got a type. And so this type, this is what he might like. He might be attracted to the social media type body or this and that. But then again, everybody's so gung ho for him, and then you doing whatever you feel like you got to do just to chase that because that's top on everybody's list. They even had the thing. You remember the thing that I showed y'all with the one guy, and it was just like, so what makes you a top tier guy? And the nigga was like, because I'm 6 feet and I make six figures. They was like, what? Shorty was just like, I don't know too many people that's in my group that like, you know what I mean, a guy that's in his 40s still wearing braids. You dig what I'm saying? So a lot of times y'all got a type, and then y'all, you know what I mean, this is what y'all gravitate to. But it doesn't seem to, just because a person is tall doesn't mean you're gonna fall in love. You dig what I'm saying? And so you will overlook certain people that don't look like what you think. And then when he ain't what he is, or when you get with dude and now he chasing everything else because y'all done made it the most popular, he's the type. So because he wanted them to be feisty. Okay. And you said men do it sucks, but very beautiful on the outside. Yeah. And I think that's what's true though. So to break it all down, Autumn, I think that's what counts. I mean, that's what's going on. Is it sucks because they're very beautiful on the outside, but then again on the inside, shorty, you covering up something. That is a band-aid. You dig what I'm saying? So whether you being comparative, that competition band-aid, or comparing yourself to other women whenever you go out, you know, your hair look better, your nails is better, your shoes is harder, or I got a better purse than she got, or you think your body parts is this. Another band-aid is argumentative, and that fight band-aid. They lack communication, so they so quick to argue. You ever met a woman like that? And then they'll let you know, I don't care, I'm wretched. I'm wretched than a motherfucker. And it's like, let me tell you something, shorty. You dig what I'm saying? Because you don't know how to communicate with somebody, or you always quick to try to fight somebody. You the type that always want to punch on chicks or want to beat them up. You the bully type girl, this and that, and that's just because you lack communication, or you just feel insecure. You feel like people don't want you because of the way you might look or the way that you are. So now you go with this feisty, argumentative, or this fighting type band aid, and it's just like, all right, you putting that on there because you insecure. You ain't got to punch on everybody. Stop trying to fight all the time. Do you know chicks like that that just like they don't care about nothing? So now every time you turn around, you want to fight somebody. Your ass going to jail. You dig what I'm saying? You better cut it out. Stop doing that all the time, and stop projecting that argumentative spirit on your guys. Like every time we talk about something, you just gotta start an argument. Like I said, sometimes it be small time under a microscope. By the time you get done talking about it, it's like, boy, should we get lawyers? Like the fuck? What happened? Another one, Band-Aid, is the woman who always says, I'm independent. I don't need nobody. That's why I'm independent. I don't care what they do. That's why I do my own thing. I got my own house. I got my own car. I got a job. I don't care what they doing. More than likely, that's a person who don't got nobody, and just because their attitude is funky and it's hard to get along with people or keep friends and stuff like that, they always yelling, I'm independent, because you want people to think that you by yourself by choice, and really don't nobody want to be around you because your attitude sucks, because you always talking that independent shit. Don't nobody care nothing about what you got. You got your own house, you got your own car, this and that. It's cool when you coming into a relationship, because if you look at the little dating thing on the Facebook, that's on everybody profile. But I need to talk to a man who's got his own everything. I'm not taking care of nobody. Drama free. If you still dealing with your baby mama or ex, or you about the games or BS, swipe to the this side. And it's like, shut your ass up. You dig what I'm saying? Because you still ain't gonna know no way. Dude pull up on you, knock you down, and then next thing you know, he toxic as hell, and you crying over him and trying to fight, scratching up people cars over it. Y'all need to stop, man, with that stuff, man. It's crazy. I'm joking. So please don't get mad. But it be like that though. Always talking about what you don't like, you don't want this, and I'm this and that. I got it my own, I take care of my own. And it's just like, man, everybody need love. Don't nobody care nothing about you got your own. You dig what I'm saying? And I would hope that you do talk to somebody who's got his own or got the potential to have his own. I feel you. If you feel like that's a deal breaker, ain't nobody out here, you know what I mean, raising no kids or trying to take care of nobody. It's 2025. You need to be on something. If you're a grown person, you're supposed to be on something. Now, I understand some people hit licks and every now and then they might need some help. I get that. But I feel you to a certain extent. I love an independent woman. You are beautiful, but you don't got to keep throwing it in everybody's face. You know, I don't want to hear that every day. You dig what I'm saying? Or the controlling band aid. You got some females that feel like if they ain't in control of stuff, that they ain't got nothing to do. You dig what I'm saying? They want you to feel like they are the source of your life. You know what I mean? Always want to run this and that. Where we going to eat? What we doing? Where you at? Who you with? What y'all doing over there? When you coming home? It's like, man, if you don't be quiet, you did. And I ain't even in no relationship, so let me shut up because I really can't say on how this is. But I have um dealt with a female who was controlling. You know what I mean? Didn't want me to go like nowhere. Wanted me to be in the house. What'd you say? E, what's up, E? I definitely don't. You dig what I'm saying? But listen. So at the end of the day, um, she she didn't want to go nowhere. All she wanted to do was like stay in the house and like do Netflix. Now she cooked like crazy, and so she definitely fed me. I ain't gonna front on that. She fed me like really really good, but it was just like she like, man, you coming over? And it'd be like, yeah, I'm coming over, but what we finna do? Like, and that was it. Just come over. That's what we finna do. You dig what I'm saying? We finna do this and that. And then as soon as you say, like, man, let's get out and move around or something. Let's go down to the river and walk. Let's do this and let's do that. Like, man, no, I don't want to do this and that. I don't feel like being around people. I don't like this and that. And then you ask about like, why not? Then all of a sudden you gotta argue about that. So it was like she had about a few of them argumentative, controlling. Then you know what I mean? She independent, two face. If you know, if you don't get your crazy ass out of here, I just did 15 years. I ain't finna sit in no house every day. Like, are you crazy? Then you got the deflect band-aid. Deflect is they talk about other people to make themselves look good. So um they always got something negative to say about other people. Such and such don't be paying their bills. Man, I don't even take care of their kids. She don't never get her kids haircut. Like, man, they can't keep no job. And it's just like, okay, once again, we've all seen some people who might not be doing their best. But that's not finna be the topic of my conversation. You dig what I'm saying? We ain't finna sit up there and what we talk about is what they not doing. That's negative, man. That's that negative Nancy, that negative Ned type of conversation. And I'm out because I need to be on positive stuff. Conversations that I like, they got to be uplifting. Like, okay, what can we do next? What, man, can we go over here and do something cool? Like, can we do something for the youth? Can we do something for the community? You like God? You want to read the Bible? You want to go to church? And I'm not saying it's always got to be just like that. Man, keep it 100. Laying in the bed, laying in the bed with your girl. If y'all can't have like funny conversations about a day, and you look back and be like, man, uh, dude, and it was bogus for that. You know what I'm saying? And you know how you and your girl can sit back and y'all can chop it up, and then y'all can reflect on y'all day and how people showed up and shit that was funny to you. But that's an inside joke to you and her. You dig what I'm saying? We not finna sit up and just down people. I ain't finna be in that type of conversation and running people down and talking about people all the time. When people do that, that's a deflect band-aid. Is because they don't want people to see their flaws. Really, your life is messed up. And so you talk about everybody else just so nobody will look at you and the skeletons in your closet. And it's real. Most of the time, if you really check a person like that, if you just listen, because people gonna tell on themselves. If you listen to a person and you just hear them just always talking down about somebody, then just kind of like step back and look at their life. Be like, you know something? You pretty fucked up too. You dig what I'm saying? Your credit is a 200. You dig what I'm saying? You behind on everything. You don't never wash your dishes. You could just it's so many different things people can find out about everybody else. Everybody got flaws. So I ain't finna sit up with you and do that all day. You dig what I'm saying? So Yolanda, people need to sweep their own floors instead of worrying about somebody else. That's what it is, Yolanda. That's dope. I think that is dope. You better stop kicking me off this live. Who kicked you off? I didn't kick you off. People need to sweep their own floors instead of worrying about somebody else's. I miss stuff like that. Laugh out loud. Like what? But I'm saying, but it's real. You know what I mean? Because um, when you with a woman and y'all like best friends, you know what I mean, and y'all sit back and y'all chop it up. I love to laugh, so I'm very silly. You know what I mean? And so now, if we went to a club and we just see this is us like all day long. So back in the days, you was like one of the ringleaders of joning on people and cracking jokes and shit like that, and then a fight them. You dig what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying. So everybody has been there and been like that. But as we get older, like say for instance, if men and sweetheart, we just chilling, be like, man, did you see that? Like they that shit was crazy, and we might laugh like that. But I'm saying I don't want to be around nobody that's always running people down. You know what I mean? That ain't never got nothing good to say, especially about personal business, like personal issues in their life that they can't change. No, that ain't what we finna do. Um, Another band-aid that people do, and females, you're very good at it too, as well as men, but I'm gonna tell you females, is that materialistic band-aid. You know what I mean? Um, Wearing shoes, purses, hairdos, nails, taking trips. You dig what I'm saying? Posting it on Facebook to make people think that you something that you not. You dig what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, it's like this right here. Some of y'all got bills that y'all should have been paying. You know what I mean? There's a whole lot much more you could have been doing with that money instead of on Facebook trying to show off. I'm on this plane going over here. I'm over here and I'm doing that. It's a whole lot more that you could have been doing with that money. You know what I mean? And you sitting up here on the book and you trying to make it look like this because you want people to think you got it going on. See, you insecure with yourself. You ain't never winning. So sometimes people say like tax time. Soon as taxes come, here they come. Everybody finna get out the finna get out the country, finna jump on the ship or something like that. And then when you come back, you're gonna be broke, and it's gonna be the same thing. And so you just feel like in life, because of social media too, like I ain't never winning, I don't be doing this and that. And sometimes people feel like they got to keep up with the Joneses, so they be doing that. Oops, no, you didn't. What do you mean? It's a downer. They don't. Hold on. Kaylin Waters. That was a whole lot, but I gotta read it. I gotta read it. Let me see. Yolanda, what is you talking about? It's a downer. They do that because they have no conversation themselves. Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. Downing other people and stuff like that. Kaylin Waters says emotional intelligence and interpersonal development is definitely lacking. This is self-preservation and projection of insecurities. Okay. From my experiences, many times they are valid on both sides. People are only a product of their environment, of their environment. It is our responsibility to care for others in a positive way that allows them to let go of these pre-existing beliefs and feelings. In any relationship, it is possible to learn what they need and how to approach or shift perspectives. If you are unable to do so, it could also be your lack of awareness that contributed to their insecurities. Grace, understanding, respect of both parties is key. Um, I like that. Only thing I would say is this right here. When you first coming into a relationship, how many people is going to be gracious or patient enough to look at it like that? You dig what I'm saying? Because it makes sense. Because number one, sometimes people can be a product of the environment. I think sometimes the biggest mistake that we make, we always assume that everybody was raised the way that you was raised. Like the way I was raised, common sense was very, very detrimental in our where we grew up in our household. There were certain things that you just knew how to do, like where you speak to people when you walk in their house, you speak to them, you always be respectful, you wipe your feet if you come in somebody's house. If it's snowing outside, you come to some people's house and we knew take them shoes off. When you came to my mama's house, you had to take them shoes off. There were certain things you didn't sit on her furniture. They were saying you don't go in people's refrigerators and stuff like that without asking. There was it's a certain level of common sense. So when I went to the joint, I thought that everybody knew that. So I used to fall out with like cellies like all the time. Like, fam, you mean to tell me you ain't finna clean this toilet or you're not finna wipe the sink out when you get done washing your hands? You gotta dry this sink out, bro. But silly me. Everybody wasn't like that. Now let's make the main thing the main thing. All right. So I jump into a relationship with this lady. She's got a few insecurities that's that's detrimental, or maybe that could affect us in the long run. I don't know this because on the surface everybody is trying to impress, the person. You putting on your best, cologne, your best shoes, your best fits, you saying the coolest shit you could say, and then all of a sudden you move you move in with this person, and it's like, man, I do not like you. Like, how do how do we get out of this? You dig what I'm saying? And that's a little bit too deep. So what I'm saying to everything that you're saying, Kaylin, is like this. Um, I understand it, and but it has to be a point of. I think some of these band-aids, the very first, I don't know if you just tapped in, but the very first commercial that I showed, dude was saying that. He was just saying, like, if people don't check on these insecurities that they got, then they can be very dangerous, because what they'll do is they'll start projecting them on you. You dig what I'm saying? And I think that's the problem. So right now, we was just going down a little list of some things that, you know, it's vice versa. It could be men or ladies. I'm finna go through the men's list right now. Matter of fact, let me show you this other commercial. Let's talk about the men real quick. And then I'm gonna show you this right here, and yeah, because some of them is the same. You dig what I'm saying? And we'll go through them. Let's check out this video real quick. Let me show you this one.
An insecure man will never let you be happy. He's gonna always make you think that you're the problem. Big or small, there's always something wrong with what you're doing. He will blame you for just about every reason why the relationship is going left. He is not mature or adult enough to admit that he's a problem. He's always gonna make up some lame reason why something's going wrong between you. Do you really have to wear that outfit? Who are you dressing so nice for? I mean, you could go to the gym, but do you really need to? I don't know. I just feel like you're acting different. Like, when did you start going to the gym? Did you change the passcode on your phone? What do you think of sharing locations? I noticed you follow these guys. What's that about? And even after you make the tons of changes that he asks you to make, he's still gonna have a problem. He's just gonna keep adding more and more and more to the point that you have nothing left and you're just trapped in your house alone like Rapunzel. The real reason is because it wasn't your fault to begin with. His insecurity lies within himself. And one of the problems is you're a great woman and he's too scared that other people are gonna see that. He doesn't think that he's good enough to keep your interest. This way, if he blocks you off from the world and he blocks any potential interest from coming your direction, then there won't be any competition. And you'll think he's the best you could do. And a man who is not insecure will encourage you to be your best self and to be happy and follow what makes you feel good and not be scared at every turn. But it will never be good enough for an insecure man because his insecurity lies within him and not you.
Mm. You gotta grow up, homie. Man, you gotta grow up. You dig what I'm saying? And so that is so sincere, because I have looked into a few, you know, situations, and I've seen it up close and personal. You know what I mean? Where I know guys who do that. And with me, I think it's very important that you let a woman be a woman. I like it when she get jazzy. I like it when she get her hair done, her nails done, and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Get fresh. Do girls' night out. You dig what I'm saying? You know where the house is at. You know, when it's time to come home, just come home. It's like that's all it is to it. But I mean, if you really got a really secure relationship and you and your woman is like best friends and y'all on top of y'all square, y'all like y'all supposed to be, when you out with your guys, you represent her. And when she out with her girls, she represent y'all. So when y'all come out together, people see y'all love as a whole. But then again, if you really a man, when you step out with your guys, like say for instance, if it's a few of your dudes that's single and they talking to other girls and them girls try to hook up with you and like, oh no, my baby at home. You know what I mean? I'm out the way. I'm just out here with the guys. It's cool to say that if you're a real one. You dig what I'm saying? Because you know you got your real one at home and she's enough. So yeah, we hanging out, but I ain't hanging out looking for, you know what I mean? Because when we get done doing this and that, I'm finna go get in the bed. You dig what I'm saying? With her. And so that's how you represent your other half, is like when you out with your guys, doing the right thing. You dig what I'm saying? That's an integrity and when moral kick in. You dig what I'm saying? But there is guys that do that. They don't want you to be nowhere. I, I, I don't like this. I don't think that, you know what I mean, a woman has to have all of her body out. You dig what I'm saying? I've been out in the public and I've seen some stuff where uh you got see through, you got lace on, and now the only thing that's covering you up is your panties. It's like, babe, come on, we ain't doing that. You dig what I'm saying? Keep it fancy, keep it, you know what I mean, sexy, but you know what I mean, don't let them people see my shit. You dig what I'm saying? What you say, E? He says true. It's hard for any person to deal with a damaged person. Some women, okay, we got to post this one on, fan. Let me get this one. Okay, so E said, true. It's hard for any person to deal with a damaged person. Some women and men can't let go of their bad relationships. That damaged person will mess up their future. Yeah, and that's what it is. And so on that level, sometimes E, I think it be that situation where, like you said in the beginning, you got to come healed when you come to the relationship. But then again, everybody got like some type of insecurities, like little bitty insecurities that, you know what I mean, you don't feel like it's a problem until you get around somebody, and then next thing you know, all of a sudden it start coming out. You dig what I'm saying? Like, dude was super cool. Now all of a sudden he get with you. Oh, you following such and such? You like watching them? It's like, niggas, you jealous of them? Like, it ain't nothing but a podcast. It's like, you don't even want me to watch Bear now. It's like, I said with your boy. I said with your folks. Like, dang, it's like, man, you crazy? Like, so now it's like anything that she does that's dealing with another guy, now you don't trust her. You think that she trying to sleep and holler at somebody. And it's like, that can't be, fam. If it's like that, that's overbearing, man. And ain't nobody gonna want to be around that. That's an insecure thing that you got going on in yourself. Some of the things that men do, and that's one of them. That's a really big one for guys, is to always claim that a woman is cheating. And so let me go backwards because I had that. I had that down. That accuser band-aid. You dig what I'm saying? Now, ladies, I'm gonna tell you something, and I ain't gonna say it's like that all the time. Maybe, like dude said, maybe he just wants you to feel like he's the best thing smoking. You dig what I'm saying? He wants you to feel like he's all you need and he's the best thing smoking, but that's still insecure to me. But a lot of times when the dude is the accuser and he always, oh, you did this or you did that, that's because he out there cheating. You dig what I'm saying? That's because that's what he out there doing, and I've done that before. You dig what I'm saying? I've been in a situation where, man, I done came in from cutting up, and then I'll just start an argument just to try to make Shorty feel bad because that's what I was doing. You know what I mean? So I've been there before. Kaylin, what you say? Agreed. It's so harmful because it's discreet abuse that grows until the other is used and abused. Ain't that the truth? All right. Check this out. Kaylin, you're pretty dope. I don't know who you are, but man, you should probably be on the podcast sometime. Okay, so Kaylin said, agreed. It's so harmful because it's discreet abuse that grows until the other is used and abused. They see the value of women only as valuable if it's an extension of them. It's possession and not understanding she is her own being. Okay. And you know what? That was well said. Because, all right, I feel like this. If I was cool enough to bag you, and I'm just saying it in like street terms or street lingo. Like if I was cool enough to bag you, you know what I mean? Like I said something that was cool, you liked it the way that I looked, you was attracted to me, and now we done made it to this point where okay, you my girl, and we together. Okay, the same thing that got you is the same thing that's gonna keep you. If you need to get out here and find something different, you know what I mean, and something, then you wouldn't mind it out the gate. And so if I'm gonna be insecure about she gonna leave me, then it's like how did you get her? You dig what I'm saying? If she liked you, if she loved you enough, you know what I mean, to even jump in this relationship with you, that must have meant something to you, Jive Turkey. So get out of here, mayonnaise breath. I'm just playing. I'm just saying. But listen to this. Stop doing that because, like Kaylin said, now she becomes a possession, like a piece of property, man. And other than your like better half, the woman is your incubator. She's supposed to make you better. She's your multiplier. She's your nurturer. She ain't like that's my girl and don't be, you know what I mean? Don't be staring at him. Don't be wearing that. You dig what I'm saying? Knuckleheads like that, man. That bandage right there, dude. You insecure. You dig what I'm saying? And it could go back to what you said before though, too, Caitlin. Maybe something he said it too, a past relationship where he was in a relationship he loved so hard, the next thing you know, Shorty was out cheating with his friends, doing little stuff like that. Sometimes that can happen, and now he just don't trust, so now he wants to do it like that. And it's sad, but That's a big thing. Trust has got to be there. What about the guy who needs to be or always got to be around his guys? You know what I mean? He always got to have his guys around. Always got to hang out with the guys. Um, I think that that's a band aid that's looking for validation. Um, who said that? Was it Siobhan or was it Rachel? I think it might have been Rachel who asked the question. She was just like, "So why do guys feel like they have to hang with their guys like all day when they know that they got a wife and they got a kid at home? They got a girlfriend, baby mama, and kids at home, whether she's your wife or she your girl, you know, your girlfriend and your baby mama or your girlfriend and your stepkids, and you live there. Why do you feel the necessity to always hang out with your guys? Like every day you got to be over there. Sometimes y'all ain't even doing nothing. Sometimes y'all just playing the game and smoking blunts and just talking stupid. Every day? Like, nah, come on, man. That's I don't know. And you can call it we saying band-aids because what's covering up your insecurities, but man, that's some bullshit right there. For real, for real. If you doing that and you got a family and you got kids, like nigga, y'all going home or I'm going home. If you over here, this ain't the hangout spot. Number one. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah, we finna do family time, my dude. I'ma holler at y'all in a minute, man. Thank y'all for sliding through on me, man. I'll catch up with y'all sometime, probably this summer or something. We'll get to a barbecue or something. That's it. Or if I come over your crib, that the shadig is at your crib and we over there playing spades and dominoes, like, man, it was love, dog. I appreciate y'all for inviting me, man. Man, shit, we ought to catch up some other time, you know what I mean? But when I usually tell people that, I really mean that. I'm not gonna probably see you for like another 6 months, 8 months. That's not what I do. I'm going home. You dig what I'm saying? It's like as a man and you start talking about leadership roles, you know, provider, protector, bro, when you become a grown man, dog, I don't know what that's about. Hanging out with your guys like all day long, I don't get that shit. That shit is whack to me. You see what you say, Yolanda? Some men think of women as tokens and some women think of men as banks. Okay, that makes sense. I think that's dope. I just want that witty, happy, funny, secure, trusting love relationship that we don't have to hide. That's it. That's dope. Um, and see, sometimes I wish you was on here because I kind of really want you to explain that. Now, when I read it, this is what I think about. I think about what's up, Anna, and Red. I seen you, Red. You didn't go unnoticed. I seen you. What's up, Anna? Where you at? In Minneapolis or Minnesota somewhere? But meanwhile, you said I just want that witty, happy, funny, secure. That's a big word. Trusting. That's a big word. Loving. That's a big word. Relationship that we don't have to hide. So basically, when we proud of each other. You dig what I'm saying? Like, I love it that this is my girl. She love it that I'm her man. And we ain't gotta hide that, especially like if I'm out with the guys. I ain't finna hide my girl. I love my girl. My girl beautiful. I'm going home to her too. As soon as we leave from here, I'm out of here. I don't know how long they talking about hanging out, but I'm finna get out of here in a few minutes. She probably naked too. She probably took a bath. If she texts me and says she in the bed naked, I'm really out of here. Yeah, y'all niggas is dead. I'm gone. Man, you going home already? Shut up, boy. You know what I mean? I got a life. Get you a life. But I'm just saying, it's real. You know what I mean? As you get older and stuff like that, you know what I mean? I'm telling all of the guys that might be watching, man, handle that because um when a woman don't feel secure like you there or she don't feel important to where you know she can be open with this relationship, then it's crazy. And that's where the trust and all of that comes in that because when she can trust you and you make her feel secure, the love is going to be it's to the 10th power. You dig what I'm saying? And all the rest of the stuff is like icing on the cake, like little cherries, being witty, being funny, love to laugh. You dig what I'm saying? We can laugh at each other. We can, you know what I mean? We can watch a movie and just be silly. You know what I'm saying? Yolanda, that's what I feel like. Okay, being at the 50 ball, I don't care nothing about being an older man. I just want somebody to get old with. And when you get to this age, see, some people like, you know, probably like in their 40s on down, and some people that's still in their 40s, they still want to be out here in the streets and they still want to do it. And in actuality, what I've learned is that y'all ain't really doing nothing. And I ain't really missing nothing by out here doing what y'all doing. So it's just like this right here. When you get to that age, I wish I would have had this sense a long time ago because then me and my partner could have really been on building an empire. getting our money together. We really could have been buying property and investing some of this money that we was being stupid with. But when you get older, the key is finding that person that you can grow old with, that I can be witty, funny, secure, loving, trusting, and we can go somewhere and sit down, just chill, just us, and go out, flick up. You dig what I'm saying? Just because we get older don't mean we can't be fresh. No, we finna get fresh. We finna come out. You know what I mean? Dance, have us a good time, and we going back home. You dig what I'm saying? You might not see us for another couple of months. You dig what I'm saying? That's how that's got to go. Got to be at work at 5 a.m. and get off at 1:30, take a shower, and take me an old man nap, be in bed by 10 p.m. Shit, ain't that the truth? You dig what I'm saying? It's all about chemistry. Okay, Autumn says, this has been the topic of several conversations lately. I've had them and I've heard and seen posts on this topic. I love hearing everyone's thoughts and opinions. It's hard out here in the dating world right now, especially at this age. And I don't know if these insecurities play a part. You know what I mean? I was just using them as band-aids because a lot of people got stuff that they insecure about, you know, and so do men. Some of the things that was on the women list is still on the men's list too. Um, Materialistic things and stuff like that. And basically what it all boils down to, Autumn, is this right here. Um, Instead of a man trying to look at his woman as a possession and this and that, she should be able to trust him. He should be able to love her and trust her. You know what I mean? It's about getting with somebody and being focused and sitting down and chilling. And I like what Kaylin said though too. It's because there is going to be some insecurities, but guess what? We can work on them together. Like if they minute, like me, I'm very insecure when it comes to getting my heart hurt. You know what I mean? Like I don't like that feeling. That feeling is fucked up. You dig what I'm saying? But on the same token of that, I want to be in like a relationship. But then I got this goofy ass notion that when something don't go right, throw up the force field because you finna try to play me or you finna try to, you know what I mean? And it's just like, man, don't get close to people. And it's just like, that shit is dumb. And sometimes you're gonna have to trust, you know what I mean? You're gonna have to do that. And sometimes it just feels so cool to be at peace because you can call yourself a loner. But man, people tired of being alone. Somebody wanna grow old with somebody, you know what I mean? And it ain't gonna be a perfect relationship. I know that, I get that. But it's like, man, it's crazy. So like I said, everybody got some insecurities. A few more things about men. Um, Quick to commit. Some guys use that band-aid as quick to commit. And I think that might go back to dude that start turning around and try to use shorty as a possession. Don't like her to follow certain people. Don't want her to hang out with her friends. Why you wearing that when you going out? Quick to commit, thinking that that's gonna be the way that he gonna lock her down. He's so quick to commit and be in a relationship, he think that he gonna lose her. You dig what I'm saying? So, I love you, babe, and this and that. He's so quick to tell her that he love her. You dig what I'm saying? In a week, you don't love that girl in a week, boy. Stop playing, stop playing and doing that. Um, Another band aid that guys do is let me see. Let me turn back on the other side. I was going from the back to the thing. That competitive spirit, always feeling like they gotta be they leading the pack, or I'm better than this person, I'm better than that person, always bragging on themselves. And I seen that shit so bad in prison, man. It was crazy. Like, oh, such and such got the barbershop, such and such got the kitchen, such and such got the weight pal. And it's just like, oh, such and such is the strongest on the weight pal. And it's just like everything was about a competition, about whether it was rapping or whatever it is. And it's just like this right here. If you feel like you the best in this prison and there ain't nothing but 1,000 people in here, man, that's small time under a microscope. The world got billions of people in there, and you think that's gonna be it? Hold on, shit, don't even know I'm live. All right, message. But yeah, so um, listen, that competitive spirit, downplaying others' accomplishments. They hate to big up somebody else, and I ain't never had that problem. Um, I love that with being at the gig. Me and my man Mac 10. Shout out to my man Mac 10 Vern. Um, one thing about Vern and one thing about me, if we ever seen somebody else driving something nice or they got some rims, man, I love dude's spirit because that's the reason why me and him got along so well. Like when it was lunchtime and eating, because He really inspirational about seeing other people win. Like, man, like nigga, you winning, nigga. Be like, man, that's a clean ass. Like I seen you sliding through there. I seen him rim up. Like, boy, that motherfucker look like, you know what I mean? But real men do that though. If you sitting back hating on somebody, oh man, that nigga shit is weak, man. Look up under the engine, man. Look up under the hood, the engine wag. He got that charger. They ain't got no Hemi in it. And it's like, dang, fam, you don't want to see nobody be successful but you. I hate that when dudes do that, man. That's such a petty thing. Like, nigga, you sitting up here, man, always running somebody else down in the ground about that they doing this and they doing that. It's just like, man, I want to see us all win. You dig what I'm saying? And then if I can help you win, I'm gonna help you win. I ain't never been like that. Another thing that guys got, they care about what other people think. You know, they might not say it, but you know what I mean? Oh man, you know, I can't let them talk to me like that, man. Think I'm a punk. You know, I done seen so many fights go down in prison because people thought that this person wasn't a punk. You dig what I'm saying? Or you thought that they was gonna think you was this and that, or you took it the wrong way. It's just like, man, that's the craziest thing ever in the world. I'm trying to tell these people. But so listen. So let's keep the main thing the main thing. All right. Band-aids. What's covering up your insecurity? So there's a few things that could become dangerous. I like what Kaylin was saying. You know what I mean? People gonna have them, but sometimes you have to know that they could be a product of their environment. E said it. It could have been a bad relationship that they just left from, and sometimes these are some things that people need to heal from. And if they don't heal from them, and they come into a new relationship, and you don't recognize them, you don't try to work on them, you wrong because you can be toxic bringing that into somebody else's life. You dig what I'm saying? And now here you are is investing time, and all of a sudden we got to deal with this. Now, on the flip side of that, if you love somebody and you see somebody got some little bitty flaws, because we all got some flaws, be like, listen, straight up, as long as you bring them to the table, we finna handle them. We're gonna conquer them together because when I look at your heart and I look at your soul and your spirit and I look at your mind of who you are, sit down and listen to people. You dig what I'm saying? And they're gonna tell you who they are. You know what I mean? By the way they talk and by the way they respond and stuff like that. Um, if a person got a big heart, it's gonna show. And I love it. You know what I mean? When a person got a big heart, I can rock with you. You know why? Because if you got a big heart, you will admit that you're wrong because that's it comes with life. It just comes with the territory. We all mess up. Players make mistakes too. Listen, I fucked up. You dig what I'm saying? All right. So I'm finna, you know what? I'm finna do this and I'm finna do that to try to make sure that this don't happen again. You dig what I'm saying? And you, being my lady, you might have to remind me. You might have to help me on this level of doing this and that. Okay. Now, if you got some little stuff, because some of these insecurities could be small. You don't want to throw out the whole relationship if it's something like that. The thing that I hate about women, don't be insecure with your body and don't do nothing about it. Because I'm telling you, if I accept it, I'm rocking with you. Because I'm going to tell you, real life, women got stretch marks, women got some stomach, women got some, you know what I mean, some weight. I don't care if it's baby fat or whatever. Everybody is not built like the social media body. And so it don't have to be like that. You dig what I'm saying? If your heart is gold and you can cook, you probably got me. No, I'm easy like Sunday morning. No, but for real, for real, for real. Listen, if you love God, I gotta look for that. You gotta have a relationship with God. If you love God, you love your kids. That way I can see the nurturer in you. Is when I see how you operate your household, your family, and how you operate with your kids. I know I can blend in over there. Number three, if you just got a good heart. You know what I mean? I like positive conversation. I like meaningful conversation. I like people that love to help other people out, willing to reach out a helping hand. You know what I mean? Because then when we got like these little bitty flaws that everybody got, guess what? We can rock with them. You know what I mean? Because we got God on our side, number one. I love God, you love God. So he love us. So guess what he finna do? He finna help us get this together. Then, if we love the kids, we love the family, the household, God loves that. When you taking care of family, you did, and all of these little things is coming into play. Now you can come up with a blueprint. You got a foundation now. Now you got a foundation. So if you do got like a little bit of an insecurity, this and that, you dig what I'm saying? All right. So let me show you this, sweetheart. Um, your last dude cheated on you. So every time I go hang out with my guys and stuff like that, you think that, you know what I mean, like that kind of makes you feel a little bit insecure. That's what I'm finna do. As soon as I get out there, I'm finna shoot you like a little text, like, "What's up, babe? We out here chilling. Okay, what you doing?" Another hour or something go by, I hit you with another text, like, "Man, we chilling. You in the bed? You naked? I'm on my way." Nah, but I'm saying, but just on the strength though, I don't want to feel macho. Like, man, I'm out with my guys. Like, dang, don't be sweating me, don't be bothering me. Like, nah, I'm not gonna pay for what dude did. Like if he did some bogus stuff to you and now you just ain't got over it, don't bring that to this relationship and accuse me and make me pay for what he did to you in the past. But what I will do is I will show you that I'm not him. You dig what I'm saying? And especially like in relationships where women have been abused physically or verbally, we ain't doing none of that over here. You dig what I'm saying? And straight up, like that's not what we do. And so a lot of times, you know, they can have toxic conversations, but it's like this, sweetheart. If it ain't about peace, I don't want it. If we can't be peace, then it's peace out. For real, for real. Would you say, E? One turn on to me is how a woman talk about and shows how much they love have for their kid. That's, I swear, put that one up there. He says, one turn on for me is how a woman talks about and shows how much love they have for their kid. You dig what I'm saying? So, and I'm gonna tell you something, Iman. The reason why that's a turn on is because when you see her in her element, and let's say, for instance, if the father just ain't in their life, what if he's in prison, or what if he's dead, or what if he is co-parenting? He's a cool baby daddy, but just to see her in her element as mom is a sexy thing. To see her do homework, to see her go to after school or just talk about her kids and really be about that, because that type of love right there makes you know that, okay, when it's my turn, it's gonna be reciprocated. You dig what I'm saying? That's that nurturing spirit, man. It ain't nothing like it. But you know, you know, sometimes women, and that's a whole different topic. I ain't gonna go down that rabbit hole. But all right, what's up, Kita? You just jumped on deck. Thank you very much. Yolanda, what did you just say? You shouldn't have to spend the whole relationship proving to her or him that you're not that person that accusing you of. Right. And so I think that's what I was trying to say, Yolanda. Um, if everybody got insecurities, right, and then we come into a relationship, um, like say for instance, the last relationship that a girl probably possibly was in, the dude cheated on her, he had a baby by another girl, all right, and let's say for instance, that relationship was like a long distance relationship. So now this was a long distance relationship. Now and all of a sudden you getting these questions and you getting accused of things that you didn't do because they heart is still feeling like, man, you gonna probably try to play me like dude play me, or you gonna try to do me like that. Or like E was saying, sometimes in a bad relationship, what if shorty cheated on dude, so now when he get with this chick, all of a sudden he want to know where she at, why you wearing this, where you at, you know, now you becoming like overbearing, and now you want to choose her as a possession. Like, all right, now you I don't want you going nowhere, I want you to, and that's an insecurity. You dig what I'm saying? And so I'm not, I'm just gonna keep it 100. I am not finna be in a relationship where I gotta prove myself. Out the gate, I try to mean what I say and say what I mean. You know what I mean? I think that we all too old to be lying to each other. You know, so it's like this right here. Um, keep it 100 at all times. If I'm not what you want, only thing you gotta do is tell me. I'll get out your way. But if you try to lie to me, you try to do this and that, I'm gonna lose trust, and then the relationship probably gonna be dead. You dig what I'm saying? But on the flip side of that, if we both come to this relationship and it's brand new, and you giving it 100% and I'm giving it 100%, and you told me about what dude did, you dig what I'm saying? I told you how me and Shorty went left in our relationship. Now we got a little something that we can respect. We can put it in the memory bank and we can say, okay, she don't like this. You dig what I'm saying? So let me stay clear of that and let me be conscious of that. You dig what I'm saying? Not saying that I gotta prove or something like that, or I gotta walk on eggshells, but I at least want you to know that I want to make this work, you know. And I know you've been through some bullshit on the other end over there on that side, but this ain't that. We finna do something different. Hopefully this run is gonna be forever. You know what I mean? So let me make sure. that okay, I don't do this, especially if it was low down and it was dirty, you know what I mean, or nigga was on some weird shit and he did something bogus to you, you know. And sometimes ladies, y'all do some bogus shit. So if you did some bogus shit in your last relationship, when you come over here the next time, don't do what you did last time because it got you nowhere. You dig what I'm saying? Don't do it. Stop it. Yolanda, what you say? I hate when you come. Okay, what I'm supposed to call you? That's your whole name on the thing, and you know me. Okay, Renee. I'm sorry. All right, that's another subject. Hey, okay, are you fist pounding me? Okay, I'm sorry, Nay, but hopefully I might be through that way shopping. But I'm saying we ain't talked so long on the phone in a minute. We usually catch up with each other and check on each other and see how each other doing. So my fault. But yeah, um, Caitlin said very true. Exactly. Where we going? Um, all right, so that was it. I'm accusing people. You know what I mean? So I think we nailed that point to the cross. So here it is. Let's wrap it up. If you coming into a new relationship, be conscious that everybody got some type of insecurity. I think the thing is, it's like this right here. Are you willing to work on your insecurities? Because this is a new relationship. You come over here and you know that the last relationship went south and it went bad for whatever reason, and it's always two sides of each story. So you could tell me what they did to you, but you might not, you might forget to tell the part about what you did that happened. See, everybody ain't also innocent in everything, so it could be like that. But one thing I will do, and I think every man should do that, and I think every woman should do that: be respectable. Pay attention to people when they talking, man. Because the last thing you want to do is hurt somebody's feelings. You dig what I'm saying? Why am I getting in a relationship with you to hurt you? And if you out here playing games and that's what you own, you need to be shot in the face. I'm just playing. I'm stopping. I'm playing too much. Don't say that because you know how Facebook is. All right, Kaylin says, I think it's important to be self-aware so that at this age you can spot exactly who and what you need and what you are willing to accept. All right, that's got to be posted. Now let's read the rest of it. She says, so you can spot exactly who and what you need and what you are willing to accept. Um, I think that's got to be clear out the gate. So, Kaylin, I agree. I definitely agree with you on that. Um, what you looking for in a man? What you want out of this relationship? What you willing to put up with and what you won't? You got to have a deal breaker. If it's not a deal breaker in it, then you know what I mean. And what is a red flag? Okay, the red flags are there and are different for some. It's important to vocalize and create boundaries so that y'all can either get with it or get on with the next. And that's how I basically go down though too. Um, Sometimes as men, um, they and I'm not like this, and I promise you I'm not like this, but I want to say this because I'm a barber and I got a lot of people that jump in the chair, and I hear this all the time. A lot of times, ladies, a man might not like you. You might have like some red flags. Your personality might be off, but he will stick it out just until he hit. He got to be able to say that he fucked. I'm sorry about the language. Excuse my cussing because I'm trying to cut it out. But I'm telling you, he was just like, man, I done heard so many dudes be like, man, shit, man, F her. Like, man, as soon as I knock her down, it's a wrap. I'm cutting her straight off. And they'll be telling it to me. And this is where I'll be getting some of these topics from. This is why I'm always coming to y'all. You dig what I'm saying? And I'm letting y'all know on how various men think. Now there are some young men that's in my chair, up to older men who really love women, who really are in, a monogamous relationship, only down for one person and want to be married and really want to be in love, from a young guy that's 20 years old to a guy that's in his 40s. You dig what I'm saying? So it varies when you're in the barbershop and you just listening to people talk. But I'm telling you, sometimes, Kaylin, they overlook them boundaries just until they hit. And they be like, man, shorty ain't shit. But man, as soon as I knock her down, I am out. You dig what I'm saying? I'm like, dang, why don't you just knock it off like right now? Like, cause me, I feel like this. If we ain't finna grow, we ain't finna be laying up having no sex. And we ain't finna be together. Nah, I ain't sharing my spirit with you. You dig what I'm saying? I'm keeping it 100. I'm too old for that because now all of a sudden, now you attached in an emotional, sexual way, and we not feeling each other like that. Or the relationship ain't going in that direction. If it's not going in that direction, don't put that in there That ain't gonna do nothing but cause problems, man. And then you mess around and you hit the wrong one and she crazy and she fuck around and go get a weapon and come shoot you or come shoot shorty or something like that. That's gonna be, you know what I mean? Three sides to every story. Your side, my side, and the truth. Ain't that the truth? Learning what your own weaknesses are and strengths are is your best tools. I think that's what it boils down to. No, no, don't do that. I wanted to show it. I'm gonna show that one. Renee. And he says, love, bro. About to watch Sonic with my grandson until he falls asleep. Remind me when you're on. I'll be on. I think tomorrow, man, we're gonna go live again. We got these guys that's gonna be boxing, and I'm sponsoring my little cousin Najee West, and he's gonna be fighting this guy named Stevenson. He's on my Facebook, so I'm gonna put together a podcast tonight for them too, and I'm gonna chop it up and interview them tomorrow. The fights be dope, E. I'm talking about, man, they really be going down. It'd be really nice. Okay. He says, but he might get stuck and it doesn't turn out that way. The tables have turned. Some women think that way too. Okay. So Renee she responding to what I said about the guys being in the chair saying that sometimes they don't really even like the chick, but now that they communicating, they just waiting on that opportunity till they can hit you, and then they done with you. Soon as they, you know what I mean. So a lot of times, all of the stuff you taking guys through, and I'm not saying it's bad. Sometimes you could just be trying to, you know what I mean, set boundaries and standards to make sure that he's the right guy. Like she said, you got to figure out what you're gonna put up with and what you won't put up with. So right now he might be playing, it might be on BS. So he thinking your standards or morals or a bunch of games. So he's playing all of your games. He's doing all of this until he hits you. And then when he hits you, he planning on dipping on you. So Renee said, but what if he gets stuck and the tables turn the other way? And that can happen because it's a soul tie. That's the reason why I'm not messing with you. If I don't feel like we're gonna be on this level, if we're gonna take it there, let's not keep doing that. Because you know what I mean? Especially if like the sex is good and then next thing you know, it's gonna be hard to just separate from that or hit that woman with that comeback and you're going to be looking for her in the daylight. You so silly, I ain't listening to you. But why waste your time? That's what I'm saying though. I'm saying why waste your time? Don't do that, fellas. Don't do that. Because you turn around and you get attached, or either she get attached, and then next thing you know, you got a crazy out here. She mess around and do something, come key up your car, come scratch your car up. You dig what I'm saying? Or you know what I mean? You got some clothes or something over her house. She pour bleach in your stuff. It's all kind of stuff. So when you playing games, you invite the devil into your life. So keep it going. You dig? But listen, I love y'all. Sunday, we're gonna double right back and we're gonna do insecurities. But we're gonna talk about being insecure from a point of doing what God called you to do. You dig what I'm saying? There's some people out here that's got some talent or maybe scared to step out here or walk out in faith to do what they supposed to be doing. And God called you to be greater than what you are and you playing. You shortchanging yourself. Then next week, part 3 is we're gonna have to talk about it. We're gonna have to talk about insecurities in sex. And why is it like that? You dig what I'm saying? You says, you fuck with me. You stuck with me. Oh Lord. I'm posting that too, just since you said that. So everybody said that. I'll be up there soon, very soon. Might have to stay a month. I already heard, but yeah, the fights is going down. All right, love, bro. Shout out when you get here, man. Let me know so we can figure out something. Um, you said, you f with me, you stuck with me. Laugh out loud. Hey, and that's real. Some people really feel like that though. You dig what I'm saying? And you know something? To tell you the truth, ladies, um, this one chick said on her post, like, listen, if we have sex, we go together. Like for real, for real. Ain't no in between. Like I ain't laying up with no any and no everybody. So we have sex, we go together. That's real talk. So this is just part one. We're gonna do part two Sunday. Part two Sunday, I'm gonna do it from the inspirational point of saying, like, listen, a lot of y'all are insecure about who you called to be and you ain't stepping out into being the best version of you. So let's talk about that. And then part 3, we're going to talk about insecurities in sex because sex is a big part of a relationship. And so I did some research on that and it's going to be dope. So listen, man, bare truth. I love y'all. God bless y'all. I'm going to see y'all tomorrow and Sunday. Tomorrow, I'm going to do a podcast for Najee and my man Stevenson. Let me figure out this thing so I can make sure I'm saying it right because they finna fight and it's finna go down. And so, I hope you really did give me the front row seats because I need to be in the front row because I'm definitely gonna be cheering you on. But when I do the podcast tomorrow, though, um, I gotta show him respect and gotta show him love because he's a grown man. And stunning Stephen Edwards. What up, stunning Stephen Edwards and my cousin Najee West? That's my little cousin. I love that nigga to death. I'm always gonna big up him and support him in everything he's doing. But he's going against another guy called Stunning Stephen Edwards, and he's from the Quad Cities too. And so we're gonna show him some respect, man, and we're gonna put him on the Bear Truth podcast. We're gonna share the platform and let them talk crazy to each other or just you know what I mean, whatever it's gonna do. But I know February they gonna clash, and so the best man is gonna win. You dig? But check us out tomorrow, man. We're gonna do something special. And to the rest of the Quad City animals, man, tap in. I ain't heard from y'all, man. I love y'all little cats, man. Little Ramsey, man, Vashawn, all the rest of you guys, man. I gotta look through my page and check out y'all podcast page. But listen, man, holla at me, man. We're gonna talk. The fights is coming up. Who all in the fights? Holla at me. Jump on the podcast. Everybody.